Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a One Punch Man Disaster Level tier list, but not on Pokemon because we're out of Pokemon to cover. We're going to do it on video game villains. In fact, over 150 of these guys, so yeah. So I've been scrolling through looking at our options here, and there's a few video game villains that I would have liked to be on here that are missing, such as Monokuma, Junko Enoshima, and some other one of the more evil Danganronpa characters, and there's also a few Kirby villains missing on here that I would like to see, maybe a few more Mega Man and Sonic villains, but other than that, it's just a pretty solid list, and let's get started. So, the first thing we have is this weird brain thing, which is I think is a Metroid. It looks like a weird brain that can shoot some kind of spikes. So yeah, we're just going to put this thing in Demon, because it's a big-ass brain that can shoot big-ass spikes. There might be a lot of villains in this tier list that I don't know, so because of that, I'm going to have to modify the format of some of these One Punch Man disaster level lists, because some of the characters that I'm covering, I won't even know, because a lot of these guys I've never seen, I've never heard of, so I won't know how powerful they are. So we've created a new tier called I Don't Know You, which we will use going forward when I'm ranking a character, but I don't know who they are or what their abilities are, so yeah. Okay, so this Panther guy from Conker, I'd say he's a tiger. He doesn't really compare to the previous character above him, being the Metroid brain thing. This is like the main villain of the Conker games, I'm pretty sure. He's like a big-ass panther with a crown. He's the king, you know. He can just rip and tear you, just in another big-ass humanoid panther. So, I don't know what this thing is. Looks like some weird puddle of goo. I don't know what this thing is. It might be from God of War. I've never seen it. Neither do I know what this thing is. Or this thing. I don't know any of these four. But this next one is Gruntilda from the Banjo-Kazooie games. She's like a witch. She's got magic. I don't think she really compares to this brain thing, so I think she'll be stronger than Mr. Panther over here. Considering that these guys are actually both from Rare games. Like the company Rare, who made like games on the N64 back in the day, such as Banjo-Kazooie and like the old Donkey Kong games. Well, she's got magic, she's a witch, she can ride around on a broom at decent speeds, but other than that, any decently armed One Punch Man hero can just shoot her down. I think this is another villain from Conker, but I've never actually seen this one. So I'm just going to leave it in I don't know. Okay, so this is King K. Rool, who I found out about from Smash. I didn't even know this character existed until this character was in Smash. So this is like one of the main villains of Donkey Kong anyway. He used to be, but they kind of nerfed him a bit. But I'm going to judge this based off his Smash moveset, and I'd honestly say he's definitely a tiger. He's not a demon. He's got a jetpack. He's got like a trombone cannon thing that he can spam, shoot and blow you up with tons of cannonballs. So yeah. He's also can like loop his crown as a boomerang, which is cool. It's a very unique moveset compared to all of these other bland characters who just use like zombies or evil people with swords. So a big fat crocodile with a crown, cape, and a cannon is a breath of fresh air on this kind of list. And this blue guy, I don't know what this blue guy is supposed to be. I've never seen him. I don't know what franchise he's from. He might be from Deltarune, but I can't really tell. I don't know any of these people. Yeah, so I don't know any of these people. I think this guy might be from GTA. I don't know any of these. Okay, so on to the character that I do know. I know this one here is Dr. Zomboss from the Plants vs. Zombies series. So, this Zomboss, he has a variety of contraptions he can use. He can pretty just much as summon zombies out of existence with his machines. He has a lot of machines that he uses across the PvZ series. Especially in Plants vs. Zombies 2, where he has all those zombots that he uses across the worlds. So basically, he can summon any zombie in existence he wants to do his bidding for him. That's not going to make him a... Okay, that will make him a dragon, just because he can summon zombies. And, like, infinite amounts of them. He can summon, like, a whole army of Gargantuas if he wants to. But I think he would be a very low dragon. There are a lot stronger characters than him. He can't really do anything physically. He has to rely on machines and other zombies to help him. He's just a regular zombie. Because he has so much firepower in his hands, even though he can't fight for himself, that alone puts him into dragon. Don't know who this is. It might be a character from Zelda. Okay, the pig from Angry Birds. It's a fucking pig and it doesn't even have arms. It's a green circle that calls itself a pig and it also wears a crown. Because it's supposed to be the leader of the pigs. It's supposed to be the king. Be the king, you know, but this thing, it can't do shit. It's just a pig without arms. So yeah, easy wolf. A Master Hand. A Master Hand is technically a god, as we all know. He created the Smash universe, something like that. And he's also the one that all the Smash characters have to fight at the end of the game. He's a villain in most Smash game story modes. So yeah, he's like the one who, he's literally like the hand that pulls the puppets. He's like the one who pulls the strings of everything. He's the one behind the scenes. He's the master of the universe, essentially. So yeah, this guy is, well, this pair of gloves is a god. So yeah, I think that's Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but both of these are still gods that happen to be giant floating hands. So on to the next few. I don't know any of these guys. I think some of these are from League of Legends, and I'm not too sure. I don't know what this weird blue thing is. Okay, don't know what these things are. Okay, Tom Nook. Tom Nook can drain you financially. He will tax you like hell, but he can't fight. So he's going in Wolf. This looks like a female Ganondorf, but I've never actually seen this character, and I don't know what they can do. Okay, so Wolf, who has that flag behind him, I guess, for reasons, but... So, our guy Wolf, Wolf is not completely useless, like a lot of people say. He's got access to all those ships, all those gadgets, which put him in the Tiger. He's probably stronger than a real life wolf, because he's technically a humanoid wolf. He stands on all fours. He doesn't just run around like a dog. He can actually fight. He has a few laser guns and contraptions that he has in his disposal. So yeah, okay, Porky, who is our next villain we're covering. He's like in this like cryo sleep robot with a bunch of tendrils to like drill into. Porky's very vulnerable, but he's very strong. So I will put Porky in Demon, definitely. He can walk around in his mech suit, drill you, just impale you with tendrils, yeah. Okay, so next up we have this, whatever this is supposed to be. I don't know what any, I think this is the villain from Fire Emblem, I believe. I don't know his name, but he's definitely from Fire Emblem. He looks like a very strong guy from what I can tell. I feel like this Fire Emblem man, whoever he is, I feel like he would be Demon, even though Fire Emblem doesn't actually have a villain in Smash as of yet. All the Fire Emblem characters in Smash are all heroes. I really wish I would just added a villain instead of stupid Byleth, which would have been this guy, if he even is from Fire Emblem anyway. But in terms of his abilities, I know nothing. All I know is that he's from Fire Emblem and he's a villain, so he's fairly strong. I don't know who these people are. They're probably also from Fire Emblem. I think this is a person from Kid Icarus, but I don't know what they can do. Okay. Then we have a bunch of them that I just have no idea who they are. And we finally get someone I do know, DJ Octavio from the Splatoon series. So, Mr. Octavio, Mr. Celery Stick wielding octopus DJ man. I found out about this guy from the Wiki Fans Total stuff I've done in Season 3 series on YouTube, the one with the plushies where they like do a Total Drama Island kind of thing, and I found about him from there, and surprisingly this fucking no-name octopus dude won. I mean, he's from Splatoon, which I didn't even realise until I looked it up. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that he's the main villain of that series, even though he looks very underpowered and he just relies on his disco machines to carry him. Kind of like Zomboss, he relies on his henchmen to do everything for him. He relies on his machines. He can't really fight himself. So yeah, I don't think he's strong as Zomboss just because he didn't have the variety of henchmen that Zomboss has. Zomboss has a ridiculous variety of zombies at his disposal that all have different abilities. But this guy just has a few squid monsters and a few robots. There's not really much you can do with that. So I think he'll still be good enough to be in Demon though. Don't know this. Okay, Galeem, God. Definitely God. And there's no point explaining this. He's like even stronger than Master Hand, which is really saying something. It really is saying something. I think he can like kind of shape the universe or some shit. I've played the story mode of Smash a bit, but this guy's like the final boss. He's like the god. You kind of fight at the end of it. So yeah. I think this is also from Smash, but I'm not sure what this is, unless I'm being stupid and blanking out here, so I think I'll leave it. Okay, next up we have Heihachi from Tekken. Our guy, Heihachi. Mr. Buff Boy. Like everyone wanted this guy in Smash, and he got put in a Mii costume, and then Kazuya got instead for the Tekken rep. So this guy kind of got screwed in that regard. But other than that, in terms of what he can do in fighting, he's just a very strong, buff old man. And that is why I'll put him in Demon, because this guy is very agile. He's kind of like that one character from One Punch Man. He's like the old man who knows karate, who's still like really fucking strong despite his age. He's kind of like that, but even more buff, so we'll put him in Demon. Okay, Bendy, this metal thing, which I don't know, might even be from Club Penguin, it looks like it is. But Bendy's a demon, and I know he's called the Ink Demon, but he literally is a demon. He can basically turn into anything that's ink. Anything that's ink, he can morph into, and he can blind you with ink, constrict you with ink, kind of paralyze you with it, submerge you in it, and kill. It can even poison you from ink if you get too close. So this guy's like stick is that he can just drench you in ink, and you can just, that's how he'll kill you. He'll suffocate you. He'll do it slowly, painful. He's from a horror game after all. I think this next character is Malefor. I think this is like the Mecha Dragon villain from Spyro. Haven't really played the game, but I've heard of the character from Skylanders, even though it's not actually in Skylanders, it's just mentioned. But this character, it's just a big-ass metal dragon, but I will put this big-ass metal dragon in Demon, because it's a big-ass metal dragon with probably, like, steel metal powers, and it's also a dragon that can fly at super fast speeds. Now, whatever this thing is, I think this is a character from Halo, but it looks fucking disgusting. I have no idea what it could do, so we'll just leave that in there. Okay, Ripto. I think Ripto will barely be a tiger, just because Ripto's got a few henchmen that he can pull up his sleeve. But other than that, he is very weak by himself. He's very small, very puny. And he's got his magic staff, which I'll give him that, so I'll put him there. I think these might be from Phoenix, right? I have no idea who these guys are. And basically, we've just got a whole row of people I don't know, so we'll just go through all these. And yeah, we'll just basically skip everyone up until Neocortex. So we'll just put a bunch of you all in here. I think I might recognise that one there, but I don't know who that is. So yeah, okay, so we're up to Neocortex now. Neocortex. He's a typical midget mad doctor with a few laser traps and other shit like that. He's got the kind of laser techniques that a doctor would have, or a mad fucking scientist who wants to take over the world like he does. Is he a demon? No, I'd say he's not a demon. I'd say he's too weak and he doesn't have the resources to be a demon in comparison to people like Octavio and Zomboss, and hell, even Porky probably has better resources than this guy. He's just got a laser gun and a hoverboard and a few bombs. That's all that he can really do across his games. That's really his whole moveset. I mean, he's got Uka Uka, but in this picture he's not with Uka Uka, so that makes him kind of weak as shit without Uka Uka. So he gets carried by Uka Uka a lot. And that's really not good enough. That's not cutting it. Okay, Bowser. Finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Bowser. We finally get to talk about Bowser. So Bowser is buff. Is Bowser a dragon? Okay, if Zomboss is a dragon, then Bowser's a dragon. I'm sorry, Bowser is fucking huge. He's not Ridley sized, but he's still pretty big. He can breathe fire. He has a pretty diverse moveset, even though it's all just fire. He has a range of fire attacks. Fireballs, fire spitting, belly flops, earthquakes. He can even scratch you with his claws if you get too close. Very unique character, despite what people say about him, like, not having a good moveset, because it's like his design. He's just supposed to be like a big bad dragon who's not a very good moveset. And he has a lot of tricks. He can pull up his sleeve, despite that whole archetype about him being very limited. But other than that, I mean, he's got his shell for good defense. He's got protection. He can spike you if you try to jump on him and hit him from there. So he's good in that regard. And honestly, yeah, he's definitely a dragon. Okay, this is like the clown. I think he's called Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, I believe is the franchise this guy's from. He's just like an even stronger Pennywise, but I don't think he can teleport, which Pennywise can. But Pennywise isn't a video game villain, which this guy is. So I think he will be in Demon somewhere around mid tier. He's a clown with a smoking head and a chainsaw for a hand or something like that, from what I can remember. He looks pretty buff too. So we'll put Mr. Sweet Tooth up in Demon. Okay, this is probably like, I think this is a villain from the Mii games. I think this might be a character from Ratchet and Clank, but I've never heard of him, nor this guy. I think this is a Sonic villain. Okay, this is like a ultra mega kind of corrupted hedgehog. I don't know if this is Sonic or Shadow, but whoever this character is, they look very fucking powerful, so we will put them in. Yeah, I guess we'll put them in Dragon, because all the hedgehogs in Sonic, all of them, their whole gimmick is that all of them can run fast, and that's how they can contend with each other and beat each other up. So this like corrupted kind of hedgehog looking guy, I think he'll be in Dragon. So Eggman himself, second to Bowser, like second big bad that everyone knows on this list. Like he will be probably the second most well-known person on this list. But Eggman's got more variety than Cortex. He's also larger than Cortex. I mean, size equals strength when you haven't got gadgets. But Eggman does have better gadgets, so he can't really be on Cortex's level. He's stronger than Cortex. He's been around longer than Cortex, and he's stronger than Cortex, which means he's got more cool shit to bombard you with. So yeah, he's got his machines, he's got his Omega army, he's got all his bandits and robots to fucking fight for him. He can basically take over the world if he wanted to. I mean, he does, but Sonic's clearly stronger than him. But in terms of Eggman going up against anyone else, I think he'll do very well with what he has. So yeah, we'll put him up in Demon. Metal Sonic, not as strong as original Sonic, because in Sonic Canon, of course, Sonic beats Metal Sonic, but this is supposed to be Sonic optimized to match the real Sonic made by Eggman, and I think he turned against Eggman at one point in the game that he's featured in. But across the Sonic series, I think Metal Sonic is decently strong. Just a cloned, mechanized version of Sonic, basically. Dr. Wily from Mega Man, I think he's another demon, kind of similar to Eggman, but I think he has like a stronger way of people. It's not just mindless robots. He has the Robot Masters, who are more like robots with like human faces. They're not just like random machines he throws at you. They actually kind of look like humans, like some of the Robot Masters, but all the other like basic minions he has are just kind of the same as Eggman's. So yeah, he's got a better, more diverse army of people at his disposal, which is why I'll put him above. And he's also got better machines, I'd say, than Eggman, but I still think they're the same level, and they're not as good as these three, that's for sure. Okay, so base is like just like evil, emo Mega Man with like a curly ass eyebrow ponytail thing he's got going on there. So I think our guy base will go in Demon. He's just Mega Man but evil, and he's probably got a few abilities similar to Mega Man. So we will put him in there and leave our guy base in there. So Bowser Jr. Okay, Bowser Jr. is fucking pitiful. I won't put Bowser Jr. is not worthy to be in Demon. He is a tiger because he's got machines to help him out, unlike our two wolves. But without his machines, Bowser Jr. can't do fuck all. So yeah, he's nowhere's going in Dragon, nowhere's going in Demon. Probably be mid-tier in Tiger. Edging on Wolf, I'd say. Okay, so next up is Sigma, an actual strong character, finally. Okay, so Sigma. If you're a machine, you're screwed against Sigma. He will fucking hack you, and he will hypnotize you, and you will join his army. Because Sigma, he got corrupted. Him and Zero kind of traded places. Zero became the hero when Zero was originally the real villain of the series, and Sigma became the villain when he was originally supposed to be the hero of the series. So yeah, they kind of switched places in that regard. But Sigma will fucking corrupt anything and turn it into his fucking robo-slave. So if you're a robot, don't come at this guy. But if you're not, I'd say you can take him down. So yeah, we'll put him in Demon just because he can hack robots, and anything that's a machine will go down to him pretty easily. Akuma, okay, Akuma, okay, we have a really easy dragon up here. Akuma, the fucking goat of the Street Fighter series. He is definitely worthy to go in Dragon, that is for sure. He's got Fire Fist to go and do like his Hadouken, Fire Shuriken. He's very agile, and he's a guy you wouldn't want to end up fighting in a dark alleyway in the middle of the night, that's for sure. So anyway, let's move on to the next character we're going to discuss today. I don't know who this is. So the next one we're going to discuss is Wario. Just want to get rid of all these nobodies. I have no idea who they are. So Wario is just fat evil Mario pretty much. And he's kind of more buff than Mario in a way as well. Just he's got that big ass Peter Griffin chin. He's got the grin and the moustache going on. So our guy Wario, he goes in riding the bike. He's not a demon, but he can cop it back, and he can body slam you. He can give you a good curb stomp to the face if you get too close. He can even buff himself up. Punch, hell, can even turn big if he wants to. So yeah, Wario, definitely underrated. So next up is King Boo. So King Boo is definitely a demon, not a dragon, but definitely a solid demon. He can haunt your nightmares. He can phase through things. He can fucking I think he can poison you if he licks you. I'm pretty sure that's how he rolls. But other than that, he's just a big ass scary ghost who can summon more scary ghosts, an infinite army of scary ghosts. So yeah, definitely very good. Speaking of ghosts, we have the Pac-Man ghosts, which just like King Boo, these things are very hard to hit unless you have specific ways of hitting them. Like you have like a Ghostbuster like vacuum machine, or you're a ghost type Pokemon, then you can that's how you can deal with these things. Let's just say if you're a One Punch Man hero, you would actually kind of struggle with these guys. These aren't as nearly as strong as King Boo, but they are definitely not to be messed around with. These definitely aren't wolf tier, that's for sure. Okay, next up, we have some more nobodies. I have no idea who these are, but I don't know who this is. But this is a character from Portal. I don't really think this is a strong character from Portal compared to these guys. I haven't really played Portal, but I know it's a thing. don't know this is a character and a villain specifically from that franchise. So this like robot eye thing, who apparently is very important to that series, is probably decently strong. It looks like it can fire a few laser blasts, maybe explode and detonate, and yeah. It looks kind of strong, and it doesn't look as bad as the two down there in Wolf. Then we have this weird thing that looks like the Horned King from Black Cauldron, but it isn't. It's just some random monster thing. This is a guy from Overwatch, I'm pretty sure. I don't know his name, but I know he's a bad guy from Overwatch. So I think this is a guy who will probably go in Tiger. I don't see this guy really being that strong. He just looks like a normal guy with like some mechanized upgrades, kind of like the Winter Soldier from Captain America. Then there's another Overwatch character. I think this guy's called the Reaper or something like that. This guy, I think he's stronger. I think he's stronger than this guy. I'll put this Reaper Overwatch guy up. I'll put him up in the Demon. He looks decently strong. He looks pretty powerful. Got the skull mask going on. He probably has some skeleton themed powers. He's got that red aura in the background. Then we have this girl, this guy, this weird monster thing. And then we have Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. So Shao Kahn, Shao Kahn is not a drag. Yeah, Shao Kahn's probably in the demon tier, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's very high up. I think he's towards this end of the demon tier. He's nearly in dragon, but I don't think he quite makes it personally. He's the main villain. He's the big bad of Mortal Kombat. He doesn't really have any magic abilities, which is why some of the Mortal Kombat characters are stronger than him. But he's very buff, very durable, and he's got a big ass hammer that he can one-shot people with. If you get too close, you can just smash your head in and blow it into flying pieces. So yeah, up next we have Shinnok, who's also from Mortal Kombat, who I think is stronger than Shao Kahn just because he has more powers and more variety of a moveset than Shao Kahn. I think this Shinnok dude, I think he will go up in Dragon. Just because of the whole psychic wizard sorcery kind of stickers going on. This guy's got Necromancy. He's the one who leads the Revenants, I'm pretty sure, so he's got them on his side to work with as well. Yeah, it's Illuminati head looking dude, Illuminati confirmed. And then we have our guy, good old Sephiroth. So, Sephiroth, he's not a dragon. He is a demon. He's the one-winged angel. He's got that long-ass sword. He's got wings. Well, he's got one wing, so he can technically kind of fly. And he is very fast, very agile, and he can cut you down very quickly. He killed Aerith in the Final Fantasy game. I know Aerith ain't really that strong, but this is a guy we're talking about who directly challenged Cloud one-on-one. So yeah, he knows what he's getting into when he's doing all this evil shit. So next up is Big Smoke from GTA, and then we have some other guys below him who I'm not going to talk about because I don't know them. But Big Smoke is just a normal human being. He doesn't have any powers. He's just a normal human being with a gun and a baseball bat. If he actually had some kind of power, he would be in Tiger, but he's just a normal human with a gun, so no. Next up, I believe, is Fawful. Fawful was a very weak Mario villain compared to most of them. Like, a very weak big bad in Mario. Not even that big, he's kind of a midget. He's kind of like a knockoff green alien-ass Dr. Eggman looking thing. But I think he's got like some kind of jetpack machine that he flies around on. But other than that, he's kind of weak and kind of pathetic. Yeah, I'm not really going to talk about him anymore. So, next up we have some James Bond looking ass. We have some more of these guys who I don't know. And we're just going to skip a bunch of people until we get to Dimentio, who I actually know. So Dimentio from Paper Mario, I believe he's from. He, from what I can tell, he's like a kind of like universe-bending villain. I don't think he's strong as the guys up there, but he is definitely very strong from what I have heard. So we will definitely put him in there. Mr. Dimentio, he literally has Dimension in his name. I could see this guy being a Doctor Strange villain. But I guess he isn't, he's just another generic Mario baddie. But honestly, psychic powers, space theme going on, also got psychic teleporting abilities. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Okay, so we have the Mask up next from Majora's Mask. I don't know if it's a Skull Kid or just the Mask. Either one, I think both of those are pretty strong. But considering the Mask is centered around the entire game, I think you have to keep in mind that whoever wears it, or just the mask by itself, is a very strong individual. So yeah, so we'll just say this is Skull Kid, and we'll put our guy Skull Kid up in Demon, just because what the mask has the capabilities to do, and why Link goes after it in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and how it has this psychic kind of abilities. So yeah, then we have some other guys who I don't know. Like, these are just generic humans with guns, most of them, so we're not really gonna talk about them. Okay, I think this is a guy from Kingdom Hearts. So Mr. Kingdom Hearts guy with the goatee going on there. I don't think he's a demon, but I think Kingdom Hearts guy, I think just because he's from Kingdom Hearts, we'll put him in Tiger. Next up. We've just got this guy from GTA, and then I think this is another guy from Kingdom Hearts. But I feel like this guy looks stronger than that guy, so we'll put this guy in Demon. Because he has kind of like a different look, a more cooler look, more edgy look. Then this guy's just a generic guy with a beard. But this guy definitely seems very strong. Kind of like a Sephiroth ripoff, but not as strong as Sephiroth. Okay, then we have Ganondorf. The big green alien ball man who is Link's #1 nemesis. So, Ganon, I guess Ganon is a dragon level threat, technically, considering all the forms he can turn into. But other than that, I mean, he's got big ass swords he can pull out. He's got a decent array of minions he can summon. He's got a big ass punch, and he can kind of one punch man you if you get too close to him. So yeah, I'll go Ganon will go up there. I think this is from The Last of Us. Okay, this is the Undertale flower. I don't think this is a dragon, but I think the flower from Undertale is definitely a demon. It's kind of like a demonized version of Kagami Carnation from Cuphead, but more demon-like. And yeah, I don't really know much about this thing, but I know it's evil and it's very important to the Undertale games. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. And then we have the Devil! One of my favourite villains on this list, who's in the thumbnail from Cuphead. So the Devil. The Devil's not a god, but he might as well be, considering that like the god can literally rival Devil. But I think the Devil will go in Dragon, just because he's the Devil, and he kind of rivals God, but he's not as strong as God, obviously. But he's Cuphead's worst nemesis. He's the one who hires Cuphead, and then he backstabs him, betrays him, and he becomes the final boss of the game. He's got the Trident, he's got the purple minions, he's got a few blue ones that he can also summon. He's got a pretty good way of demons that he can have fight for him. He's got a lot of forms. He's got the spider form, where he can transform his head into a spider. He can transform into like a Kaido-looking dragon, like a Chinese New Year looking one. And he can also like turn into a goat and stomp you with his feet, so yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he can also turn giant, so yeah, and he can poison you and kind of kill you just by crying, so yeah, this is a very strong character we're talking about. Speaking of strong characters, we have King Dice. Now, King Dice is pathetic compared to the Devil. The Devil can fucking own him, and the Devil has owned him in the Cuphead show several times. But King Dice, he's on the lower end of the demon level. All he can do is just summon a few casino-themed bad guys and summon a few cards to fucking walk into you. Just a bunch of giant playing cards to try and crush you. And that's how Cuphead fought him anyway. He didn't really show off much other than summoning a few casino baddies and trying to squish Cuphead with some cards. So other than that, our guy King Dice is not that strong. Springtrap, Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sorry, this guy is not that strong. He's only like a robot, so I think he'll barely go in Tiger, just because he's got that kind of enhanced strength. He can choke you if you get too close. He's got very sharp teeth. He'll rip off your head, but if you shoot him enough from a distance, he'll go down pretty easily, considering that he is supposed to be the big bad of Five Nights at Freddy's and all. So the Ender Dragon, and then we have the free head thing from Minecraft. Both of these guys. I think the Ender Dragon lives up to its name of being a dragon. This thing is definitely quote-unquote dragon. It can spit ender flames. It can fly very fast speeds. It can do all that shit. So, yeah. It can also just annihilate you, and this thing is the final boss of Minecraft. In fact, it's the only boss of Minecraft. But still, it's kind of like the villain from behind the scenes of it all, if you can like get all the equipment needed to summon the whole fight. So now, Never. It's just like a weird ghost thing with 3 heads. Kind of like a zombified Dotrio from Pokemon. But this thing ain't a bird, it's a weird spectral demon kind of looking thing. So, I think we'll put this in Demon. It's not as strong as the Ender Dragon. I think it's kind of like a more secondary antagonist in Minecraft. So, yeah. We're getting towards the end of the list in terms of people I know. So, I'm just going to gather up all the people I know. So, we have Chaos, Mewtwo, Enchantress, Dusknoir, Giovanni, Marks, and I think that is Ridley and Getsis. And I think those are all the characters I know that are left. Also the Woods from Kirby, I guess. So we will start with Mewtwo, then we'll end on Risky Boots, and then that will be the end of the video, because everyone below Risky Boots, okay, and everyone below M. Bison, I don't know. Like, all of these guys, I'm just looking, I don't recognise a single one. So we'll finish off the final part of the video by covering Mewtwo. So I already covered Mewtwo in the Gen 1 Pokemon video. I put Mewtwo in the Dragon, just because of the whole psychic thing and the variety of moves that Mewtwo can pull out against his many opponents in the Pokemon franchise. He's very overhyped in the anime and the movies. He's also in Smash. 2 Smash games, in fact. And he, actually no, 3 if you count Smash 4, where he's a paid character or as DLC. But Mewtwo himself, he's... just because of the diversity of his moveset and how fast he can move and attack, we'll put him in Dragon. Okay, next up, Chaos. Chaos isn't a god, but he is... Chaos isn't at the level of these guys at the top. Chaos is definitely probably the strongest character in Dragon. Even though he looks like a fucking run, he looks shit, but he is so goddamn powerful. When I used to play Skylanders before I threw my Skylanders out, the trap team boss in the 4th game was fucking ridiculous. That took out like 20 of my Skylanders at once. That goes to show how strong like this guy is when he shapeshifts into a bunch of shit. I mean, the first game you just fight him in his normal self. The 2nd game he turned into a giant mech. 3rd game he turned into a giant purple demon. 4th game he turned into like a thing with like a crystal coming out of his ass and wings and knives for hands. The 5th game is just like... it's just like a necromancer, I guess. The 6th game, he goes Super Saiyan. This guy can turn into a lot of things, and just because of the variety of what he can do in his moveset and attacks, he is very strong in terms of all the guys on his side. He's got a lot of allies. He can pull out a lot of things. He's got a lot of abilities. And yeah, Chaos is very formidable and a very underrated villain in terms of how strong he is. It's actually so ridiculous how people don't realise how strong this fucking character is and how much they shit on him. Even though he is annoying, he is very powerful, so we'll leave it at that. Enchantress, Shovel Knight, she really isn't even the main villain from Shovel Knight. I think there's more villains who are more prominent than her in that game. But whoever made this picked her instead of them, so we'll cover the Enchantress. The Enchantress, she's probably King Dice level, probably mid-tier, I'd say. She can probably just do some Enchantress kind of wizard things, psychic counter attacks, kind of summon like psychic beams and fucking minions during her fight. So yeah, generic villain stuff. Dusknoir, a character we previously covered in the Gen 4 Pokemon video, who happens to be the villain of the Mystery Dungeons Pokemon spin-off games, will be in Dragon, because there is a thing that exists where Dusknoir can summon massive-ass portals, suck a bunch of people in, suck a bunch of cities in, just destroy everything, and yeah, fuck the whole place up. Very underrated villain, and a lot of people underestimate this thing's strength. I know it doesn't necessarily live up to its strength in the anime and in Pokemon lore, as it does in like the games in terms of competitive Pokemon, but in lore, like if you look at the Pokedex, this thing is fucking busted. So next up is Giovanni. Giovanni himself is just a normal guy with a few strong Pokemon. So we will put him in Demon because he has Rhyperior, Nidoking, Nidoqueen. He has all these strong Pokemon at his command, all these Demon levels. But he isn't actually strong himself, and he's just enslaving these really strong beings. So Giovanni himself fucking dies for anything. He's just a normal human. But when he sends out his boys, well, they do the work and they fuck shit up. So yeah, definitely Demon based on his Pokemon choices alone, and also because he has a Mewtwo on his side. So that should make him Dragon. But that's Mewtwo's strength, not his, so we'll just leave him in Demon. Getsis, on the other hand, the big boss of Generation 5, Team Plasma leader. This guy's kind of like a fucking power-hungry, genocidal warlord. who goes around fucking firing off ice beams with his Hydreigon and his Kyurem and his fucking Seismitoad and Cofagrigus and all the other Pokemon this guy has at his disposal. This guy's got a lot of stuff he can use. Again, he is just a normal human, but he's got very strong Pokemon on his side that he can command. He's got Hydreigon and the Dragon level Pokemon, a few demons like Cofagrigus and Seismitoad. I believe in the anime he might even use a Kyurem. So yeah, very strong guy. We'll put human demon with his good pal Giovanni. Marks, not Karl Marx, just Marks. It's just evil Kirby guy. His name is Marks. I don't know why this and the fucking tree were on here, but King Dedede and Meta Knight weren't. So yeah, I guess they're kind of anti-heroes in a way. And this guy's kind of like the true villain of the Kirby series, even though it's just Kirby with a jester hat, who's named after a fucking communist revolutionary. So yeah, Mr. Communist Kirby. A lot of people say Marx is a god, but he's not as strong as these two. Hey, we'll put Marx and Dragon with his fellow dragon villains, I guess. So yeah, we will leave Marx in there. He can summon a lot of shit, do a lot of weird shit, especially if we've watched Terminal Montage's Kirby video, where he fucks up a lot of shit. And basically can pull planets together and can fuck up the galaxy just by doing a few weird moves. So yeah, very confusing character. Can't really judge his character in terms of his strength because he's so fucking confusing. So yeah, unpredictable villain. Speaking of unpredictable, Big Boy Ridley, who has like 10,000 fucking forms, who's definitely going to Dragon. Even stronger than Bowser, and definitely fucking scarier than Bowser, that's for sure. So look at this guy's dildo bladed purple Compom head. It's like just a buffed up pterodactyl. This is exactly why I call my Aerodactyl on Pokemon Go Ridley, because Ridley, in the Metroid games, is a fucking champ. He killed Samus's parents. He directly challenged Samus, like one of the main Smash characters. I know he's in Smash 2, but this guy has a fucking bone to pick with Samus, and that says a lot. And this guy's come back from the dead so many fucking times, which shows you his durability, and how this guy will never go away no matter how many times you put a bullet in his big-ass dildo head, that's for sure. In terms of his moves, he's very fast, he can fly, he's got agility, got fucking razor-sharp dagger claws, and also a tail he can use as a scorpion spear. Got like a scorpion from Mortal Kombat, put a big-ass winged purple dragon. So yeah, he can also breathe fire as well, kind of like Bowser. But his moveset isn't just fire, it's like other stuff like flying and shit. So it's basically just a more skinny winged Bowser. But like the woods from Kirby, I'm pretty sure they're just oriented in one location. So I guess he's a tiger. These aren't completely useless. Unless this is supposed to be Meta Knight, but the fucking picture cut out. So we'll just pretend this is like the wood level from Kirby, like just a sentient forest basically. If you get trapped in this, it's a high likely chance you're going to die. But in terms of what the forest can do, it's just a forest. You can burn it down. Yeah, it's just a bunch of sentient trees. Not really much to talk about there. Then we have Hello Neighbor guy, the neighbor from Hello Neighbor. He's just a normal human with a few killing weapons that he can kill you with. He's got a few guns and chainsaws, and that's it. Can't really do much. He's just a normal human. So we will put Mr. Neighbor in here, because he can't do fuck all. Other than do a few murders, but still, doesn't have any superpowers. But on the other hand, next villain, being M. Bison from Street Fighter, does have superpowers. So Mr. Bison, Mr. M. Bison, not as strong as Akuma, definitely not as leading in the Street Fighter series as he used to do in comparison to Akuma. It's kind of like taking the role as the main villain. And Bison's really just like a side henchman nowadays. But Bison himself used to be the stuff back then. He was the fucking champ. Looking fucking General Pinochet looking ass who's fucking ripped and he's draped in that big ass cape. So, M. Bison, we'll put him in Demon just because of how goddamn buff the guy is. We'll leave him in there. He's got a few moves. This is like Ryu's rival. He challenges Ryu directly, and that says something. Like, this guy has the balls to go up against fucking Ryu, so yeah. Final villain on the list is Risky Boots from the fucking Shantae series, I believe this is where this character comes from. So Shantae, well, Risky Boots anyway, is fucking evil Shantae or whatever, or evil purple Shantae. This fucking pirate looking girl, I don't know, she's not in Demon, but I think this is the last character who will be in Tiger.
And yep, she's just a generic pirate girl. She's kind of got a few genie superpowers to rival Shantae. She's got the sword, and she's kind of got the looks to match as well. And yeah, it's just a pretty meh villain. And yeah, everyone else down here, I have no idea who any of these people are. So we'll just say I don't know these guys as well as these guys. So we'll just end the video like that. So yeah. This is my list. This is God. We've got Gleam and Master and God. Then for Dragon, we've got Chaos, Zomboss, Ridley, Bowser, and a bunch of other guys. Then in Demon, we've got that weird brain thing, Shao Kahn, Porky, the Fire Emblem villain, Octavio, Sweet Tooth, and then a bunch of other guys as well. Then got Tiger with Gruntilda, the Panther from Conquer, King K. Rool, Wolf, Ripto, Cortex, and then got some other guys. Then in the Wolf, which are the worst fucking villains in existence. Well, I know of anyway. We have King Pig, Tom Nook, Big Smoke, and the neighbour from Hello Neighbour. Just can't do fuck all. Then we have all these guys who I don't know. So yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.